So, in terms of an intro for this video, I kind of want to put into perspective the whole metaverse, the whole concept of a metaverse. We went from cavemen in caves to making fucking tents to making fucking villages and kingdoms and then cities, and then now we're living in metropolises. You know, these are many frontiers that humanity has sort of gone through, right? I feel like the metaverse is like the next step forward. A lot of people aren't taking it seriously, and a lot of people don't seem to realize that this is something that's gonna be in your day-to-day life. Like, we're even right now, we are 1 foot in the doorway of a metaverse. People spend a lot of fucking time on social media. That's an aspect of a metaverse, right? That's an aspect, you know, how you interact with people in that space is in this cyberspace, right? Like that's how you communicate and interact with people. That's in a metaverse, right? And with this, the whole aspect of a metaverse, it appeals to a vast, I'm gonna say like, it appeals to a vast range of people. It appeals to the kind of people who want to feel free. They want to feel like they could choose how they want to represent themselves, you know, because oftentimes we're subject to the features that we're born with, and some people don't like that, you know. Like, the easiest example is fucking trans people, right? You know, in the metaverse, you could choose how you are seen. You could choose, you could pick that. And it could be very empowering. It could be very empowering. I know VRChat played some amount of role in me discovering me being a fucking femboy, but it's not like for like a cope or anything like that. It's a method that you use to explore yourself and get to understand yourself. There's been many like interesting studies too. Like, on a side tangent, there's been many interesting studies on like how VRChat avatars or how VR avatars might affect someone's personal perception of themselves. Simply by, like, you know, let's say like a super masculine guy decides to wear a female avatar and just walk around and say nothing. Like, he's gonna be rattled a little bit because he's having people treat him completely differently, right? And you could kind of use avatars in that sort of way to sort of test the waters of like, how do you want to be treated as an individual, right? So anyways, it attracts curious minded people, and using avatars can be very empowering, right? One would say this sort of concept attracts like moths to light. But what a lot of people don't realize is that light doesn't just attract moths, it also attracts the things that want to fucking eat moths, and those are fucking predators.
Like weed, and weed is legal in New York, so.
But like, still, isn't like ERP with a minor, like, that's still illegal?
Nope, not if you don't record it, and not if, you know, you are not actually fucking in real life. It's not illegal.
But like,
yeah, it is weird. It is weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird that like you do like ERP with it.
It is weird. It's weird. It is. But we have to do it because it is a situation. You know why? D&D, my demons, Buddy needs it. And like I said, I speak to this guy every day. Not every day, but like, you know, sometimes.
So you ERP with a minor for DID, right? Because of DID.
It's not only a minor. I can fuck a guy and I wouldn't know. Like, if Buddy comes out, he would fuck anyone and he wouldn't give a fuck. He would fuck anyone. He would fuck your grandma.
But you still are ERPing with a minor. You know that, right?
ERP, it's a video game.
But you know that you do it, which is illegal.
It's a video game, it's not illegal.
Bet you didn't think this was coming back, did ya? Right, so I felt like it was only appropriate to really come back into VR itself for VR related content, VR related rants. And more broadly, this video, if you haven't caught on yet, is going to be talking about the grooming epidemic that's going on in VRChat right now. Or really has been going on for a very long time at this point. What really sparked me to make this video was Veram's new video. If you don't know, Veram is sort of like the Mama Max of VRChat. He does content exposing child predators and groomers, and just general sex pests in VRChat. He's a very respectable guy. Really do appreciate his work. Really do appreciate all that he's done for this community. I really wish that I had the resources and the guts to do it myself, but you know, I'm so deep down inside, I'm really afraid of fucking it up. I really want to get into doing that similar kind of content, but I don't really want to fuck it up. Right, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it to the professionals. But yeah, Veram's new video is essentially exposing 2 child predators in VRChat. A guy named Venom, as you've seen in the first clip, and a guy named Synth or Seath or whatever the fuck his name is. He likes changing his fucking name to avoid accountability. But that's not really all. I don't know if you were watching my community post, if you're one of those people who check up on my shit often. But I made a community post talking about wanting to make another VRChat related video covering, you know, when Morale exposed Sonic OO. Morale is another content creator. He's not really a VRChat content creator. I would say he's more like a Turkey Tom sort of imitator. I kind of got that gist when I debated him on whether or not VRChat is a kid's game. He's a big fan of Turkey Tom. What can I fucking say? But anyways, that's no hatred towards him or anything like that. It's just we beefed for like an hour. Whatever. But I still appreciate him, you know, outing Sonic OO and, you know, essentially rocking his shit enough to the point where he can't really come back, right? Or he can't come back as strong as he was before, right? But repeatedly, I noticed a pattern. These aren't just isolated incidents. Obviously, I covered Hypnotist Sappho in the past, you know, and other predators, so to speak, not necessarily in VRChat, but in general. The difference, I think, between hearing the victims of someone like Cryotic, hearing their stories and hearing how they got wrapped up and involved with Cry, and then hearing how kids in this game get involved with the predators that, you know, victimize them and shit like that. The one key difference is these kids are hanging around places where they fucking shouldn't be, right? These kids are in strip clubs, they're in bars, and that's how they interact with these people. You know, people like Tech Gangster, who's another predator, you know, who's preyed on 16-year-olds, you know, and stuff like that. You know, he ran like, I want to say, like a VRChat club. I might be thinking of a different. There's a lot of fucking pedophiles in this game. I might be thinking of someone else, but there was another guy who ran a club and he had, you know, essentially a harem of teenage little girls. Time and time again, the issue becomes apparent. Kids are getting into places where they fucking shouldn't be, and I feel like that is possibly the biggest problem. This is the thing that sort of sparks these issues to begin with, is that there is nothing stopping children from getting into these adult spaces. Later on in the video, I'm going to get into, you know, the semantics, or not necessarily the semantics, but sort of breaking down, you know, further and further the solutions and, you know, why I don't want this game to be entirely sanitized, right? You know, I'm someone who doesn't really play this game too much anymore. I only play on my days off, which is today. You know, but even then, I still enjoy doing adult activities in this game. Drinking. I like drinking in this game, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. I feel like I need to specify that, all right? Listen, those days are yesteryears, okay? I don't do that shit no more. But I do like enjoying adult activities. I like drinking with other adults, right? I don't like drinking around a bunch of fucking kids in a place where they fucking shouldn't be. It's kind of fucking annoying how I have to constantly check my tone, check the shit that I'm saying, because little Timmy might be wandering around a fucking strip club, right? The biggest problem, I'm gonna hammer this home. The biggest fucking problem is there is zero restriction, zero anything. You know, at least with Minecraft YouTubers, when they were fucking grooming children, at least that shit required some amount of like privacy to be able to get into those situations. You know, someone like Minilad's not a Minecraft YouTuber, Lion Maker. Someone like fucking Lion Maker, when he was grooming his fans and shit like that, a lot of the stuff wasn't really on the surface. It was very private, very like offhand. This shit in VRChat, people can be getting groomed right in front of people and nobody does anything. Because they don't think to themselves to check the bios and see the ages of the people that are interacting with one another. You know, because it's kind of difficult. When you hear people's voices in this game, it's pretty hard to judge their fucking age, right? In my drinking video, I was talking to one of my friends who had like an extremely deep voice and shit like that. How old did you think that guy was? How old do you think? I'll show a clip.
And there's been reports of people like, there was this one story I was looking into where this guy went to the moon and there was stuff already there.
You think like maybe he's like 25? He's 19, right? Like you can't really, it's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell, but a lot of the times people have it in the bios, right? And one time I did had to intervene when I noticed that an adult was talking to I think the person was like 14, right? It was in a furry server, and this only happened once, but I had to intervene because I saw the dude was flirting with him, right? And I didn't think anything of it at first, but then the dude left, and I was checking people's profiles and stuff like that, you know, because I was looking for trolls, quite frankly, to fuck with. And I saw that the person that he was talking to, the person he was flirting was like 14 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? And I had to approach the kid and be like, you know, the guy who was like flirting with you was like 24, right? And the kid was like, yo, yeah, I don't care. You know, I enjoyed the intention of blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh my fucking God. That whole situation really just irks me, right? Because that's how it is. That's how it is. People come to this game for attention. Teenagers come to this game for attention. And they will take their feet and step right on the fucking bear trap. And like, there's nobody there to stop them. There's nobody there to stop them from walking into like an obvious fucking bad situation, right? Which is why we need protections in place to stop that from fucking happening to begin with, right? Or at least make it hard. At least make it less easy for them to get into situations like that, right? Now, granted, in the furry world, it was a world they shouldn't have fucking been in. It was called fucking Fur Hub, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, the kids shouldn't have fucking been there. No, think about it. This shit happened like 2 fucking years ago, okay? Give me a fucking break. Yeah, no, the kids should not have fucking been there, right? And he was there anyways, and I had to tell him, like, look, what you need to do is not talk to that guy ever again. Like the kid said that he had him added and shit like that, and oh, he was a friend and they've been talking for a little bit. I'm like, what you need to do is you need to unfriend that guy because he will ruin your fucking life. That dude you think he gives a shit about you? He doesn't, okay? He's only in it for the sex. He's only in it to exploit you. You need to like cut that guy out of your fucking life. I don't know for sure if the kid went through my advice, but he sounded fucking receptive, and I can only fucking hope, right? It's just shit like that really frustrates the fuck out of me, because the kid's there, obviously his parents aren't present, obviously the types of people and kids that play this fucking game don't have that, don't get that much attention, right? There's a lot, you play this game long enough, you'll catch on, it's like, there's a lot of people who really love attention. And they go to this game and they look for that, but there's also teenagers. Teenagers do the same fucking thing. And then if they get like attention from an adult who's flirting with them and stuff like that, and the kid is like insecure about their body in real life or whatever, and they're in a vulnerable state, and an adult sees that, they can exploit that so fucking easily, right? I would know because I was in that fucking circumstance before, okay? I had a guy trying to fucking exploit me over Black Ops 2 when I was a fucking kid, okay? So I completely fucking understand that shit. Now, luckily, you know, I've already explained that fucking story. I don't need to go through it again, okay? But I know what that's like. I know that's like, this isn't a video explaining how to avoid getting groomed, okay? There's plenty of more like structured and educational videos to do that, okay? If you're a kid watching this video, the best advice I could give you, stop fucking playing this game. I'm dead fucking serious. Like, the longer you play this game, the more likely you are to the more and more you expose yourself to opportunities to get fucking hurt, to get fucking, you know, to get fucked over, right? In VRChat's current state, it is not safe for kids whatsoever. I have made videos in the past talking about this, pretty much this exact same issue. So I'm just going to give, you know, the laydown of what exactly my advice was, what exactly my recommendations were, because I do genuinely think these are very solid recommendations. I want to say recommendation number 1, 18 plus tag. That needs to be in the game. We need the option and the ability to tag things as 18 plus and then have it so VRChat can verify that you're 18 plus. So have an ability for users to verify their age, verify they are over the age of 18, so they can access those worlds and access that content that is tagged as 18 plus, right? You know, and some people might be thinking, why don't you just sanitize the fuck out of the game? You know, it says 13 plus on it. That's the most retarded shit ever, okay? This is going to be a little side tangent, but this game says it's 13 plus. It don't fucking mean it's for kids. Okay, VRChat, I've already argued this. VRChat is a general audience game. The bare minimum is set at 13 because there's games like Among Us, there's fucking Undertale, and there's Safe for Work Five Nights at Freddy's Worlds, okay? At the bare minimum, 13 fucking plus. That's what it is. But generally speaking, VRChat is a general audience game. That's how they're marketing themselves. You could go to their front page. You could see the things that they're putting on the front page. You could pull up the fucking game menu. The game menu UI doesn't show up. Fuck. You could pull up the game menu. You could look through the worlds. You can see what they put on the spotlights, what they put on the trending page, because they do choose what is on the trending page. You know, not everything that's trending gets put on the fucking trending page. You could look at that. Some of the worlds are adult worlds. They're clubs, drinking worlds, bars. Some of them are just straight up NSFW worlds, right? NSFW in the sense of like, they're like lewd drinking games or whatever, or shit like that. You know, sometimes those things show up. But yeah, I mean, there's clearly a market for adults in this game. I don't think you should sanitize it entirely. Although, if we had to go scorch earth and we had to go nuclear, that's an option, I guess. But yeah, like, another problem with asserting that this game is 13 plus is that it gives parents the fucking excuse to not check their kids' devices, to not check their activity in this game if they're letting them play this fucking game, right? You're proliferating this mindset where it says 13 plus and you don't think anything past that. You think, oh, okay, safe for kids, don't give a fuck. Minecraft is 13 plus, Roblox is 13 plus. Hey, those things are marketing towards kids, and they're generally moderated pretty well, I think. You know, why would I need to check my kids' account on that? You know, it's super fucking important. I think if you're gonna let your kid play this game, God forbid, you have to check their fucking shit. You have to see what the fuck they're doing in this game. Okay, you have to. Okay, it's extremely fucking dangerous. Okay, seems like every other day of the fucking week, a fucking groomer gets exposed, and it's so crazy to me. They never only just have one victim. It's usually like multiple. It's usually like several. It's usually like they had a goddamn fucking harem of teenagers. Like something fucking crazy, right? It's wild the shit you could get away with in this fucking game. And again, I'm gonna hammer this. It's so fucking damn easy to get away with it. It's so fucking damn easy. It's so fucking dangerous. Suggestion number 2. You gotta be a Janny. You gotta be a Janny. If you play this fucking game and you're an adult, you gotta be a fucking Janny, okay? If you see some fucking people ERPing in a public instance, vote to kick, okay? I don't care what the fuck it is. I don't even care if it's an adult world, okay? We need to get it in people's heads that it's not okay to be like hypersexual wherever the fuck they go with whoever the fuck, okay? These things fucking matter. We need to fucking clean up our community a little bit, you know? If you want to be a degenerate in this game, there are Discord servers for that, okay? You don't need to do it in a fucking public instance. The fuck is wrong with you? You need to be a fucking Janny, and you also need to occasionally check the ages of the people that are in the fucking world. If you're in an adult world and you're hanging out with adults, just every now and then just peek your fucking head in. It's like, who am I playing with? Who are the people that I'm playing with? You know, just be aware. Just be aware. No, it's so ridiculous we need to fucking do this to begin with, because you wouldn't do this in real life. If you went to a bar in real life, you're not like asking like, hey, how old are you? You don't need to do that, right? Because those places moderate themselves to avoid, you know, children being involved in that kind of fucking shit, right? It seems like when these worlds get brought up, you know, it's not like how it is in real life, where it's like you got like a fucking bouncer at the front who's checking IDs and shit. You got like bartenders checking IDs and shit. You don't have any of that. You don't have any of that, okay? There's no way to, because as soon as you make a world public, anybody can make an instance and anybody can run it however the fuck they want, right? So you kind of have to be, if you're in public instances, you kind of have to be a janitor a little bit. You kind of have to be internet hall monitor, okay? You kind of have to sometimes, all right? We can't just keep letting this fucking shit proliferate in our fucking community and just have like hypersexual shit literally fucking everywhere, you know? Because in a way, even if you're not talking to kids, even if you're not a predator, if you're in a public instance and you're having like deeply intense like sexual conversations, and you're not like out in the corners, you know, talking with friends away from people, but you're like standing in front of the fucking mirror and talking about shit, you're like normalizing that kind of conversation, and there could be kids there. And you don't fucking know. It's really hard to fucking know, but generally, out of principle, avoid doing that, okay? I don't think you're an awful person for doing it, but generally speaking, just tone it the fuck down a little bit, right? You know, there could be kids around there, and you don't fucking know, and it normalizes it in their head, like, oh, these are normal things to talk about. These are normal things to talk about in this game, and it's like, oh, it's a fun, I'm sexually curious, and this is a very interesting topic. Just don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it. It's like not that hard. If you really need to talk about that shit with a friend, go off in a corner where nobody can hear you. Okay? Just go off in a fucking corner, block people, whatever. Just if it really needs to be said that fucking badly, there's a way to do it privately, okay? In a public instance. I want to say off the cuff. I don't remember exactly what my third option was, but a third option, just ban NSFW avatars. Just go ahead and sanitize the game. Go ahead and sanitize it. Ban any adult activities. Go ban any of that, okay? This is the nuclear option, and this is the least likely option, because the devs know. They know. If they do that, their community's dead. It's gone. All right? I've played this game long enough to understand the community. I know this game seems like it has a lot of kids in it. Believe me when I tell you, it's like at least 50-50. It's at least 50 kids, 50% kids, and 50% adults, right? This game has a very strong and active adult player base, okay? This player base has been around since before the Quest 2. If you played this game before the Quest 2, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? It's a very, very core demographic of this game is adults. And if you do that, those people are going to go away and they're going to go play another fucking VR game. So, but I mean, that's the only solution that I can really think of. If you don't want to go with option number 1, you don't want to go with option number 2, that's the only option. That's the only option, is to sanitize this fucking game and genuinely make it a kid's game, right? That's the only option. I don't want to see this game die. I don't want to see this game die. I love this game, okay? I have to give this game credit where credit is due. This game genuinely helped me when I was a teenager. Okay, I played it when I was 17, chill. This game genuinely helped me like come out of my shell and actually I now enjoy socializing with other human beings because of this game. I have to think this game for it, right? I don't want to see this game die. I don't want to see this game become the fucking shithole that it is right now. Things need to fucking change. They need to fucking change. Otherwise, there's going to be no VRChat to come back to. Like I said in my VRChat is a ticking time bomb video, I fucking mean it and I stand by it. This game is going to hit critical mass. There's going to be an event. I'm going to say this again. There's going to be an event that's going to occur in this game, and it's going to rock. I think it's going to rock the entire internet. I think so many people are going to have their fucking mind blown about the shit that fucking happens in this game, because this game is still kind of obscure. It's still kind of tiny bit obscure. Okay, it's hit the internet by storm a few times. It's had its relevance in the internet culture, but I don't think the average internet person understands the kind of shit that happens in this game on a daily fucking basis. And there's gonna be an event, and it's gonna be real fucking bad. There's gonna be a lot of bad shit about this event. Okay, it's gonna make the whole Sappho situation look like a little pebble dropped in the fucking water. Okay, I genuinely feel this game, because of the way that it's ran, there does exist the potential of someone running. I'm just gonna say as clear as fucking day. There's probably some underground fucking pedo ring being ran inside this game right fucking now. And it's pretty fucking massive, and it's pretty fucking big. Okay? I have to assume that because of how unregulated this shit is. VRChat, as it currently stands, is a predator's paradise. Okay? You can do whatever the fuck you want with anybody, and generally speaking, get away with it. As long as you cross your fucking fingers and hope to fucking God no large content creator covers you and outs you, bro, you're scot fucking free. You can get away with so much fucking crazy fucking shit. Exposing predators in this game is a fucking full-time job. That is a full-time job. There is predators everywhere in this fucking game. And a lot of the grooming happens right in front of people, and a lot of people don't fucking realize it because there's that lack of awareness like I talked about before. Which leads me to my closing. I really suck at ending videos. I really do. I'm really bad. So most of you are here in my channel, viewing me, watching me because of my Illuminati drama. I'm not going to deny that those videos, well, actually, no. The Plague Month video did pretty good. I gained a couple subs from that, but by and large, I think the Illuminati shit really helped boost my channel growth. And I want to say the majority of you people are here because of that. So I hope that this is like the right kind of video to make, because it's the same kind of thing. I'm very, very worried about the direction of this game, as I discussed in the middle portion of the video. The devs just don't care. They don't care. Hopefully, I'm recording the intro and the outro, so hopefully I explained that well. But to sort of make small points in case I didn't make it clear. The devs are only focused on branding and appeal. They don't care how their product is actually affecting people. And even if they did, they can't even acknowledge it, right? They can't go out and acknowledge, yeah, we have a real serious child grooming problem in our game, right? Because that's just bad business. It's bad business to go and announce like, hey, we have a lot of fucking pedophiles using our app, guys. So be safe out there or something. They can't be like overt about it. But it doesn't have to be that way, right? Only in currently how we're going about things. I'm speaking to like the VRChat community more specifically. They also don't care, right? I hear a lot of people complaining about the kids in the game, and how there's no age restriction. There's nothing like stopping a kid from getting into those worlds. But you have to, if you really want that to stop, we kind of have to come together and make a fucking stink. We have to make them care. And that's the big thing about this video. That's what I want to get across, is that we got to make them fucking care. Okay? We have to, right? if we keep causing a fucking stink and a stir about the situation, you know, hopefully they might implement something in the future, be like, hey, we have these, you know, as I suggested in my video. I don't want to redo points that I'm already going to make in the mid portion. But, you know, I've already sent an email personally. I haven't gotten one. Well, let me check, because I sent it yesterday. I have not gotten a reply yet. So it's been like 24 hours and I have not gotten a reply. And I've sent emails to VRChat before and I've gotten replies within 24 hours. So, I mean, I've already sent an email. They haven't responded. They likely won't, because like I said before, like ignoring this problem isn't like good for business, like, or ignoring this problem is good for business, because it essentially, you keep the air, you keep this sort of elusive image that, oh, our game is totally safe and cool for everyone, and you know, there's no dangers involved in using it, right? It makes me fucking sick as someone who is a CSA survivor, that I'm getting real sick and tired of hearing about these kids going through shit that I went through. And thankfully, content creators like Verum are giving them a voice. You know, content creators like Mama Max are giving them a voice. I'm very thankful for that. You know, I never got that luxury as a victim. I never got that when I was a kid. You know, there was no one there to speak for me or speak out for me about my abuse. But you know, I'm glad that to some extent, you know, we do have some vigilantes out there that are willing to stick their fucking neck out and be that blunt object that is needed to put these people in their place. But hopefully I made it clear that things don't have to stay this way. They don't have to stay this way. We don't have to subject ourselves to just sitting here and then waiting for just the worst shit imaginable to happen. We can, maybe not me. Maybe I'm not in the position to sort of be that punch to like break through the wall, especially considering my channel size. But I truly do feel that if we just come together as a community and make a fucking stink, make a fucking request for VRChat to have something in place, right? To just at least try and remedy this situation of like kids wandering in places where they fucking shouldn't be, you know, a way to report people for being underage, you know, all the shit that I fucking recommended in previous videos and in this video. You know, if we just get that message out. So if anything, share this video with other VRChat content creators. If anything, right? That is all I'm asking you to do. That is all I'm asking you to do. Share this video with people within the VRChat community if you can. If you know someone who plays VRChat, but you don't personally, send this video to them, right? Just making the community aware about this fucking problem, I think will really help in getting some kind of solution to be pushed out, right? You know, you could try emailing the devs. I don't think that's really going to go anywhere. The community has to be very, very loud on this. They do. I did my part. You can only hope for the best. You can only hope for the best, right? That's all I gotta say on this matter. That's all I gotta say on this issue. Leave a like, subscribe. More videos like this. Well, maybe not exactly like this. This is sort of like out of character, right? But I'm gonna try and like shift around this channel's content a little bit. I want to do like general commentary. I don't want to just do YouTube drama shit. Like I said before in my previous community post, you know, maybe I want to cover Dead Space, you know, because I really enjoy that franchise. But this channel is going to be more of like along the lines, I want to say like a moist critical. Like if you're subscribing for the personality. You're not necessarily subscribing because like, oh, he gives me the news and the updates on current drama going on. Like that's not what this channel's about. This channel's about, you know, me, the personality, and my thoughts and views on things, kind of like how critical does it. So if you like this video, you like what you see, you like what you hear, go ahead and drop a like, go ahead and drop a subscribe. comment even, you know, comment. I've had people comment saying, hey, why don't you try covering this thing? You know, that also, you know, that piques my interest too. You know, I'm totally down to cover viewer requested topics. So that's it. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye.